Welcome back, everybody. It is United vs. Everybody. I am your host, Sean. We are just over a week into the international break. Honestly, it feels a lot longer than that. I don't know about you guys, but this international break's been pretty boring. And best part of all, still got like 2 weeks to go until United play again. So it's awesome. But we are back today. I got a little bit of news I want to get you guys' thoughts on. I got transfer talk. I can't wait to hear you guys' input, hear your opinions, your feedback on all of it. Apologies ahead of time if I sniff a lot or if I sneeze. It is peak allergy season for your boy right now, so I am feeling it. It's probably why my voice sounds a little differently, but we're going to jump into all that and more today, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I will be right back after this kick-ass intro. How's everybody's week going? It is only Tuesday. It does not feel like Tuesday at all. It feels like it's like Friday, man. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you guys, but how's you guys' week going? Who's in the chat? Danny B's in the house. Big up, Danny. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's having a good week. Let us know what you're getting up to. How's everybody's week going? Sanjay's in the house. Big up, Sanjay. Good to see you again, my friend. Hope you're doing well. First up, though, deep the top right corner of your screen there, 30% off everything right now in United vs. Everybody store, you guys. I didn't even remember that was active until yesterday. So 30% off. I put a link in the chat as well. You guys can go get one of your sweet King Cantona shirts. You can get all sorts of stuff in the store, but it's all 30% off right now for the next couple days. So it is financial responsibility month for the month of April. What better way to be more financially responsible than to save 30% off on one-of-a-kind gear that you don't really need, but you still want anyway. So if you're going to do something wrong, do it right, save some money, go get you some sweet gear. None of it goes to the Glazers. All of it goes towards supporting the channel, and it's not really that expensive. So go check it out, you guys. Always got to make time for the shameless plug. Speaking of shirts and whatnot, mock-ups of next season's shirts for the club are making the rounds. Don't know what you guys think about these. I know everybody's got their own. Some people don't care about shirts. I mean, some people would like to maybe not have new ones every single year. It is what it is. But everyone's a little specific about their taste, right? Everybody's got specific taste. I happen to like, for instance, the White Tiger kit from a few years back. If you guys remember, I love that kit a lot. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like polos, some people don't. What are you guys' thoughts on these? I'm not really feeling the third because I don't really like all the different colors. I don't like the green shoulder stripes, and I wouldn't mind just the maroon and white with maybe like the maroon shoulder stripes. The green's a little too much. Don't know if I'm feeling the very central kind of layout for the logo, the Adidas logo, the badge and the sponsor. It looks a little strange to me. The away one, the blue one's kind of nice. I don't mind that one at all. I do like the look of the home though. We'll see. Again, these are mock-ups based on what we've seen, but I'm always interested to see what everyone has to think. I think that home one might look a little bit like Forest without the stripes, but let me know what you think. JSN, the cool kids in the house, says he liked the blue one. Yeah, I do like when we do the blue ones. You guys have seen I've got a couple of the blue away shirts from throughout the years. I do tend to like those a lot. The polo is a little boring, but boring's not bad as long as, in my opinion, it's like a vintage, like traditional looking kind of thing. I don't mind it. It's just you really got to get it right. Now, remember, the shoulder stripes for Adidas are going to be a lot thicker this year than they have been, so that's going to be something interesting. Danny says the blue is okay. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that white one, but we'll see. I did say that about the black one from this year, and it ended up growing on me a little bit. So, hey, what do I know? So, but I always like to see you guys' your opinion on here. Let's get back here. Danny says Anderson, Fernandez, Wharton, or João Gomez, or Bouaddi, Urenki. Lot of good midfielders out. This is why, and I put a poll in the chat for you guys, so I'll revisit that here in a little while. But this is why part of me is always a little hesitant to go and spend big money on a player with the caveat of when we are in the midst of of a rebuild almost, right? And I always say that every single summer, but this year, this summer, the midfield is a big focus for us. We could need fullbacks as well. We could maybe need a second striker. Who knows? We're going to talk about that as well. But you can't. We're not at a place where we can afford to go and drop 100 M's on one player maybe. So like Danny says, we've scouted many of these players on the channel before. There are players all over the place. Stankovic over at Club Brugge as well. Avom at FC Lorient. Mamadou Sangare as well. Lamine Kamara. There are tons of midfielders. There's almost not a need. Now, again, caveat, if you're in that place and that one big world-class player is like the missing piece, then maybe you go ahead and you get that done. Or maybe if there's an opportunity, who knows? But we're going to get your guys' thoughts. I did put a poll out there, but Danny says there are tons of midfielders out there. Oh, was he playing right back? Yeah, you're ranking. Now, if you guys were around here a few weeks back when Dylan and I did our £200 million summer spending spree, I did include a couple midfielders. Both Dylan and I ended up including the same midfielder, but then I also went for a young kind of prospect as well to come in and add a little depth to the Bossies. Big ups, says Bouaddi's my guy. I've been rooting him since last year. Yeah, I think a lot of us really like the look of Bouaddi. Obviously, young, probably wouldn't come in and start. The problem is he just signed a new contract. We're going to talk about Bouaddi, though. A couple of bits of good news before we dive into some of these transfer reports. I did see that Dorgu is back on grass, training, doing some light individual training right now. Patrick Dorgu. Hopefully, the hope is that he'll feature again before the end of the season. 7 games left. He just got a big 3 weeks off. We don't want to push it because we really want him back. But he could be vital for us. Shaw is always one match away from potentially being down just in time for the World Cup probably. But Shaw didn't go to the qualifiers, right? I mean, the qualifiers, they're friendlies for England at this point, but I don't think he was included in the squad. So we'll see. His international time might be up. Who knows? But Dorgu looks like he might be coming back before the end of the season. He might be joining team training maybe by the end of the month. Someone who is reportedly joining in with team training, Lisandro Martinez. He's reportedly joining up with United when they head to their training camp in Northern Ireland next week. That the aim for Licha is to return in time for Leeds. So it's our big match when we come back. Remember, Maguire is suspended for that match, so we will need Licha. Otherwise, it's literally going to be potentially Shaw left center back, but I have a feeling it's probably just going to be Euro in heaven. So we'll see if he's ready, if Licha's ready by then, if Carrick throws him right back into the starting 11. I think you do. I don't really see a problem with it, but let me see what you guys are saying. Danny says, can't wait to see Dorgu playing left back in a back 4. Yeah. It's funny. Dorgu is one of those he has an interesting impact on the left back priority this summer, right? Because he can play so many different positions. He can play both sides. He can play right wing, left back, right back. We've seen him play. Dylan and I were there at Old Trafford when he played right wing, for instance. Got his goal against Newcastle. Great match. We had great seats. It was awesome. So it's nice to have that, but I want to see him with some set minutes in one position. Now at Lecce, prior to us signing him, so the season before we signed him, he was a left back. Like, that's what he was. And then last season, first half of the season, Lecce started playing more as a right winger, kind of inverted. He can do both. He has physicality. He has fight. He's got that work rate, that energy, that stamina. I really like. He's still rough in many areas, but I do like a lot of the intangibles that Patrick Dorgu brings to the 11. And I think that almost can serve as a bit of a kick up the backside for the rest of the players when maybe their energy levels are not quite up to where they need to be, having Dorgu on the pitch. You can't hide as a teammate when you have a teammate like that on the pitch. You're going to get shown up really quickly, and the fans will let you know it too. So it's nice to have guys like Dorgu around there who give a shit. But the best is Leipzig isn't budging from 100 million euros for Diamande. Yeah, you guys know my thoughts on Diamande. I think you go and get someone who's not going to maybe... I don't think it's a priority where we need to spend 100 million on it. You guys saw that when we did our 200 million. You go and get the kid that Leipzig are going to go buy to replace Diamande, and that's Bazumana Torre at Hoffenheim. Go check him out. Mika Holtz, also very good as well. Go check him out at Ajax. We have scouted him, and then we've recently been linked to him as well. Then he says, did Tuchel call heaven into the senior squad for training? Probably for numbers. I know a lot of the Arsenal squad came up injured. Honestly, I don't have a problem with it. Fergie used to do it. I've said many times I want these players to come down with the international break flu. If they're not qualifiers, they're friendlies, and friendlies are worthless and pointless and useless and all of it. So I don't have a problem with it personally. Of course, being rival, I'm like, nah, we can call it out. But I know he was playing. Didn't he score for the under 21s? I want to say, Heaven. I can't remember. Obviously, I don't watch too much international football during the season. I get marginally invested in the World Cup. It's footy. There's nothing else to watch, so we're gonna watch it. But obviously, we'll see how that goes. But let's talk about midfielders, because we've got some fresh reports coming out about a midfielder that everyone wants. Dylan and I both put him at the top of our list for our summer rebuild. We put almost half of our budget on this kid, which is surprising that we put almost half of our budget on this guy, and we still ended up with 5 more players apiece. Like, it goes to show you don't have to spend a lot of money to get quality. You can look at free signings, you can look at loans, you can look at young players who are entering the final year of their contract. Another thing that I did in that video. A lot of ways to make money go like stretch. So, but it's being reported that Nottingham Forest have slapped a huge price tag on Elliot Anderson, £100 million, according to The Athletic and The Telegraph. Now, they've also added that he is apparently United's #1 target, and would ideally like to get a deal done before the World Cup. I mean, no shit, Sherlock, who wouldn't? You have to get your stuff done before the World Cup, in my opinion. I mean, I say that every summer, and every summer we don't do a good enough job. Like with the Club World Cup, we didn't do good enough job last year. We got one player in before, took forever to get everybody else in, and lo and behold, exactly what I said was going to happen happened. Amorim did not start Shesko, Mbumo, or Lamens right away. Made zero sense to me, but we just know that that's what managers are going to do unless you're Pep, and then you just throw people right in, which I don't have a problem with either. So you have to move early. I just don't get it, man. It's annoying. But 100 million is reportedly the price for Elliot Anderson. Now, I put a poll in the chat, and so far it is split down the middle. Should United make Elliot Anderson a top priority for 100 million? 50% of you say absolutely, he is the best. 50% of you say no, you can get a couple CMMs for that. So I'll leave that poll open. But what would you guys do? Would you go ahead, if there's an inkling that Anderson would choose United, but it's just down to the price tag between Forest, do you just go for it and just get it done? I mean, that's Declan Rice money. That's that Jack Grealish money. I mean, that's Antony money. Is he worth as much as Antony? Let's be honest. I want to know you guys' thoughts. JSN Kuga says, I'll go for Bouaddi, considering if we do get him at a bargain price. I don't know if you're going to get Bouaddi at a bargain price after he signed a new contract. We're going to talk about that in a second, obviously, and spoiler alert, I mean, it's in the thumbnail. But we will talk. I don't think you're going to get him for a bargain. And that's the question that we're going to talk about with Bouaddi, is how much is too much for a rotation option for potential. Like, you're talking Lenny Euro level money at that point. DeBas says 100 million for Anderson seems reasonable considering 2 big clubs are in a war to sign him. Well, allegedly, a lot of people think he's dead cert to go to City. I think if there's an option, if there's an inkling that you get him, you need to have those conversations, and we need to get those done now. Obviously, it's pretty, it's like common sense that you would want to get something done before the World Cup. I think everybody wants to get their business done before the World Cup, but because like everything's going to grind to a halt for that month, right? It's just nobody's doing any business. No players are thinking about moves. That's just the way it goes, unless they're not at the World Cup. And if they're not at the World Cup, are they good enough for years to go? Who knows? Daddy says, we're not getting shit done early. We never have. Everyone in and ready for preseason. No, and it's not helpful. And that's a big part of why I feel like Carrick is definitely going to be here next year, is because that makes, if it weren't for the World Cup, I think it'd be less of a certainty that Carrick would still be here. But the World Cup, you need some sort of constant, you need some sort of consistency, you need something that's a bit of a sounding board, like a lighthouse, and a manager and a coaching staff that are here throughout the summer that aren't also getting changed while you're all like that. I think is a big help when you're trying to do their business. Now, does that mean I think Carrick is the best manager right now. No, but I don't think you're gonna go. I don't think you're gonna get Enrique, and that's really the only other person out there. And do we even have the squad for Enrique at the moment? He'd probably struggle like a lot of other managers have to start, but we'll see. Then he says Anderson, Mateus Fernandes of West Ham relegated, and João Gomez. So I mean, it's not bad business. Go and drop 175, 200 mil on 3 midfielders. There are other options out there too. Julian Brandt's going to be available. Who's that guy at Brentford? Jensen's going to be free this summer. Sasa Lucic is going to be entering the final year of his contract as well. Avom has technically Arthur Avom at Lorient will be entering. Will be done. His contract will be out this summer, but I think Lorient do have an option for another year, so there is a potential bargain as well. Lots of options, man. Tabasi says, I'm going to tag his Twitter and agent with the 115 charges post. Go for it. Oh, did Jensen sign a new deal? Oh, it's a bummer. I know that was Jarvis's pick. Unless, Sander Burge is always Jarvis's pick. Big up Jarvis. If you're watching, big up Stu and Mark as well. Go check out Tactical Devils and go check out United Lens when you guys get a second. Some good channels with some people. I think we have a tight-knit community as well. I did hear from Rich, by the way. Rich is, I think, going to be... He used to have the Red Devil United. I think that got taken down because YouTube is went a little banana balls a couple weeks back. Rich, I think, is moving over to, I want to say TikTok. I don't remember, though. I don't really know how TikTok works. I've never had a TikTok. It's fun to say. But big up, Rich, man. We're all behind you. Let us know if there's anything we can do as well. But 100 million for Anderson is a lot of money. That, considering everything else we have to do in the summer, considering the finite amount of money that we have, it's difficult. Very, very. I don't know when in the summer, like when the official transition to the SCR rules begin versus the PSR, because that will also play a role moving forward. Obviously, the clubs can spend up to 85% of their revenue on signings and whatnot, agents and wages. And obviously, United they make a lot of money. So that will play a big role moving forward. I don't know when that officially switches over in the summer, though, because remember, there is the fiscal year. You go to like July, and then anything before that applies to the previous year, not this year. It's really weird how it all works. It's like it's designed to be for loopholes. It's like they built in loopholes for people to exploit. It's really, really weird. But you know how Ineos operate now. What I think will happen is we have tended, if you looked at that for last summer, we want to get the buy-in from the player first. We don't waste our time unless the player wants to come to United. And then it seems like we do take our time to get it done. But once we know the player's done, we've got it locked in, that's the way we're going to go. So if there's still inklings, if Anderson hasn't signed, I think that there's a possibility there that he could be open to United. And then it's just a matter of those personal terms. I think City's charges, because that could play a role, because we're seeing a lot of guys like Kieran Maguire, Stefan Borson, even though I think Stefan Borson maybe used to work for City, so take what he says maybe with a pinch of salt. But a lot of people seem to think that maybe we could see something with City's charges, a potential deduction, a big points deduction. Could be interesting to see how that goes. That could play a role. I don't know how that doesn't already play a role in players that go and sign for City. I really don't get why you would even entertain that idea of playing for them when you don't even know if you're going to be playing in the Premier League next year. Like, I don't know about that. Maybe that's a sign that nothing's going to happen. I don't know. That's not my club, not my problem. But we'll see. Danny says, yeah, sub to Mark United Lens. Yeah, give Mark some love, man. Big up. Nota's in the house. Big up, Nota. Says Borson is a City fan. Don't trust him. Yeah. It's interesting when you watch him talk about City versus when he talks about like Chelsea or something. If you didn't know that he had some sort of connection or whatever to City, you'd be like, why is he being so nice about City? But it is what it is. Nota says Pep might be gone too. That could be a factor. Yeah, it could. It would be hilarious if they were relegated. It would be absolutely, and just like Chelsea, I mean, if they're guilty, even if they're slapped with a 10-pound fine, that's automatic asterisk FC. Chelsea are asterisk FC because they are guilty, and they still have a whole separate slew of charges they've got to deal with. Chelsea, everything Chelsea won under Abramovich is null and void as far as I'm concerned. Whether their fans want to say it or not, people seem to think like when you say like strip the trophies, they're like, no, it's not fair to the players, and I'm like, I don't care. No one's saying the players aren't good. Like Haaland's good, but the point is, would City have been able to get Haaland without all the other stuff. With Chelsea, I mean, we already know Chelsea literally overpaid agents to push clients towards him to sign for Chelsea under the peak Abramovich area. That not okay. Now, some people are like, if you've got money, you're allowed to do what you want with it, but it's not. The whole point is fair playing field. And when you're hiding where the money comes from, when you're slipping brown envelopes under people's doors, that is not allowed. And if it were not a big deal, then they wouldn't need to hide it. Yes, current Blueco, Bowley, they're the ones that pointed it out. It doesn't matter. It happened under Abramovich. So it is what it is. You should have done a little bit more due diligence when you're looking at that club. So, and people will be like, well, United, Fergie, you used to intimidate the refs. Like, if you're going to sit here and try to equate Sir Alex tapping his watch to literal cheating behind the scenes, we can't have a conversation, because it's like arguing about like whether elephants are smarter than a rocking horse. Like, it does not make sense. Just stop trying to have an argument, man. Yes, please put asterisk next to everything. I'm gonna get like a bunch of asterisk like bumper stickers, and I'm just gonna go to like the Etihad next time I'm there, and I'm just gonna start slapping them all over the stadium. Anywhere I see, I'm just gonna start slapping an asterisk, man. Chelsea too. Maybe I'll take a train over to London and go slap around Chelsea a little bit. But 100 million for Anderson, 8 votes. You guys are still split down the middle. I'm gonna leave that open, but we're gonna move on to the next little bit of business, because we did get a little bit of an update regarding Sandro Tonali, because it does seem like Sandro Tonali is going to be the number one name mentioned in pretty much every transfer rumor. So we discussed the rumor that he was a top target for United, but now Sully Talks claims that there's been a development as far as Sandro Tonali is concerned. The United have, via an intermediary, held talks with Tonali's agents. He's open to a move, but wants to finish the season with Newcastle professionally first. So basically, not kicking up a fuss, not kind of throwing his toys out of the pram, not refusing to train kind of stuff is basically the claim. Just wants to keep the noise down, get his head down, work, help Newcastle. I mean, you can't deny the professionalism there if this is true, right? But via intermediary basically just means agents are talking. Now, Newcastle did report a small profit for the fiscal year, but it's not going to be enough from preventing them to have to sell players. They sold their stadium to themselves earlier in the season, but that was a little too late to help them with any sort of PSR stuff. I mean, so yeah, you can peek at Chelsea's answers on the test all you want and sell stadiums to yourself, but it's not going to help you. But this right here is what I mean when people think that having a rich owner is just going to help you get out of PSR. Like, rich owner, however much money you have, it does not make a difference. It has nothing to do with how rich the owner is. It has how much you're paying for players, their agents, and their wages, and how much you're selling players for. It has nothing to do with owner's money. The end of it has never had anything to do with owner's money. So having rich owner, the Newcastle are like the richest club in the world. They can't do anything with all that money. It's just is what it is. Now, some people will look at City and Chelsea. They've cheated. Like, there's a difference. If Newcastle want to cheat, cool, go for it. You're going to get done as well, just like City and Chelsea have. What are you guys talking about João Gomez? I like João Gomez. Would he come in and be a rotation option, though? He's 25, 26 now. It's not like getting a Bouaddi or a Yarenki who's going to rotate a little bit more. But maybe we just want that depth. Who knows? I mean, rotating for United is probably still infinitely better than starting for Wolves, let's be honest, especially in the Championship. Tabasa says 100 million and above for Tonali. Yeah, Ineos aren't brave enough. If we're spending 100 million on a player, it probably should be Elliot Anderson, but let's see what he says. But Tonali, what are you guys' thoughts on Tonali? If you had to choose between Tonali and Anderson as your big money midfielder, what would it be? Would you be happy if our top priority was Anderson, but then we, I guess, quote unquote, settled for Tonali if he wasn't the top choice? If it wasn't Anderson for 100 million, would you want to spend 100 million Tonali? Would you, if it's not Anderson, then you want to split that money up? I still think you can get Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba for roughly the same money as you're going to spend on one Anderson if it's 100 million. You can get Adam Wharton and João Gomez for the same, probably even a little less than what you're going to spend on that. You could probably get Adam Wharton and João Gomez for like 90, 95 as well. Danny says, Anderson all day, Tonali not even in my top 5. Tonali, I think what what I think a lot of people are, and I'm not, it's going to make me sound like I think I'm smarter than everyone else. I don't think that, but what I've noticed about Tonali, you have to keep in mind the way that Newcastle play. Under Eddie Howe, Newcastle are a very physical, all action, run around, win the ball, put pressure on everyone kind of side. Completely different system if he were to come to United. He would basically be a Casemiro who's a little quicker. Because United play a completely different system than we did under Amorim, under Ten Hag. We play a different system than Howe. Off the ball, we will sit in the 4-4-2 and we will make ourselves a little bit more compact, a little bit more difficult to break down, which means it's not 100% crucial like in Amorim's system that your midfielders need to be like fast. Like it helps, it always helps, right? If you can, awesome. But it's not the first hierarchy, like item in the hierarchy of needs when it comes to that midfielder. We're going to sit a little bit. There's going to be a little bit more back foot defending and then get that ball forward. And that's why I do think, go watch my video from the other day. I put a link in the description that Adam Wharton could be perfect. He is a Michael Carrick regen. Go check out that video to learn why. Tonali would play a little, he would probably play a little bit more like we saw, if you ever watched them at Brescia, he probably looked a little bit more like Declan Rice did at West Ham than the Declan Rice now. Declan Rice now is more of an 8, where he was definitely more of a 6 at West Ham. And I do think Tonali's best position is in that deeper role. I think it says he's not press resistant. How often do Newcastle have the ball, though, is the question. Again, the way they play, it is very, let's win this ball, let's get it wide, get it forward kind of a thing. I used to think, when I watched him at Brescia, I would literally say that kid's world class. Like he was, as a teenager at Brescia, he was absolutely world class. But I like to see how he looks in a different system personally. Danny would prefer Wharton. Yeah, I like Wharton a lot. I think Michael Carrick was always one of my favorites. He was absolutely world class, and I think Wharton is every bit of a Michael Carrick. Go check out the videos if you guys get a second. Nota says, to be honest, I can't differentiate between a lot of these midfielders. All I know is this midfield has to be strengthened. It is. I mean, the difference seems to be price for a lot of them. Maybe age if you want to start dipping around. I mean, we've got Wharton, who's very young. You've got Tonali, who's a little older. If you guys are believe the Bruno Guimaraes stuff, I mean, he's like 28, he'll be 29 in the fall. There's a big spectrum of the ages. Even João Gomez is a little older. João Gomez, of the ones that are seriously linked, he's like the oldest one other than Bruno Guimaraes. So then you get into a question of, do you want experience? Now, experience doesn't always mean leadership. You can be a leader and also be a young player. We've seen that many times. So there's a lot of factors to consider, Nota, as you say. I mean, it's the differences are finite. The profiles are all very, very similar, but I think we will get someone from the league, because I do think that Ineos prefer to go that route. I wouldn't mind seeing someone like a Bouaddi or a Urenki or a Sangare or Kamara from another league to come in, rotate, learn the league a little bit. We'll see. Who knows? They could drop a Bruno and show up and just hit the ground running, right? Jumping right into the deep end, and they're just fine. Bruno did that exact thing. A big part of why I think the English media hates Bruno, because they've made their league look weaker. But JSN says, we could get João Gomez, Stiller, Baleba, Bouaddi regionally close to 100 million for, if not more. You want to get all of those? You're not getting all of those for 100 million. You get 2 of those for 100 million, bud. There's no way because you're saying that each of those is going to cost 25 million. That's not happening. I would take Wharton before I would take Stiller. They're very similar players. Wharton is just a little bit more physical. Stiller will carry the ball a little bit more. Wharton is going to put in a little bit more physicality, and he's going to get it forward as well. Stephanie's in the house. Big up, Steph. Yeah, Mr. Anderson was my vote. If he's anything like his dad from the Matrix. Mr. Anderson. Nice. I like it. Shout out. I might have to watch that this weekend. Big up. 10 likes, 15 watching, guys. Make sure you hit those like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you are watching on Twitter, because we are also simul streaming from Twitter, make sure you click that link, come over and leave a like for me. It does make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and it helps the channel grow and get us to 4K, because we are on the road to 4K, you guys. So I can't believe you guys are all legends for helping us get there a lot. But big up, you guys. Tobias says English media, you'll take them seriously. No, I don't. There are a couple who do a good job, but most of them are just there. You can almost just taste the bias from some of these people, but we'll see. But yeah, Newcastle trying hard, really trying hard, but it's just not working out for him. Bless him. Let's talk about Bouaddi a little bit because we got some new fresh links to one of you guys' favorite young midfielders this weekend, and I'm talking, of course, about Ayyoub Bouaddi. And this is coming from L'Equipe. The saying, United are among those interested in 18-year-old midfielder Ayyoub Bouaddi. Lille are hoping to make him their record sale this summer amid rising interest across Europe. Now, he did just sign a new contract not that long ago. What is Lille's record sale? Let me see. Nicolas Pepe was their record, I think, when they sold him to Arsenal. Osimhen was after that. Lenny Euro was third. So you're talking about some big, some big money. What did Nicolas Pepe go for? It was like 75 or something. So it was 80 million euros. What is that, like 72 million pounds or something? 74 million pounds. I'm not spending that much on a rotation option, even if they do have potential to be great. That's literally, you're spending just a little less than you're gonna have to spend on Elliot Anderson. That's insane. You'd have to literally throw in a player. You'd have to throw in like an Ugarte or somebody else. There's no way. There's no way I'm paying anything more than we paid for Lenny Euro. Because that would be, you'd get Wharton and you'd get Bouaddi, and that would be your midfield, because that's going to be about 100, 110 to maybe 115, maybe even pushing 120 million for those two alone. And that's a lot, especially if he's not going to play every single game here. JSN says, funny how I have Stiller, Baleba, Bouaddi, and Kone in my FM save. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. The boss says, Vivel is a huge Bouaddi fan. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Anything over 50 is a bit steep. It's a bit pricey for Bouaddi. I like Bouaddi. I think he could come in and do a good job. He's 18. Like, he just turned 18 not that long ago. That's a lot. Now, obviously, we did spend that much on Euro. Euro's not even starting every game, and that's my point. Is this the going price for potential these days for 18-year-olds who are among the best in their league? Maybe that's just the reality that we live in, but the problem is that it's one of those things where we're not Real Madrid. We don't just get bankrolled by Spanish royalty and sign a new midfielder for 50 million every single summer like Madrid seem to do. We've got priorities. We've got a finite amount of money to work with. We've got wages we've got to get off the books. We've got players that technically aren't even gone yet, like Onana, Rashford, Højlund, and whatnot. We can't work with that. We need to get the priority done first, and let's work with our second options after that. Let's see. JSN says, would he be rotation? Bouaddi would definitely rotate. I don't know if you could bring in an 18-year-old from the French league and throw him right into the mix of things. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. I mean, you've got guys that age who've been playing in England for years who aren't starting, like Chris Rigg at Sunderland. He's not a regular starter in the Premier League, even though he was getting lots of minutes with Sunderland up until this year. It's a big ask. Sekou Kone is older than this kid, and he's not even anywhere near the first team. Fletcher, a lot of the players in our academy are older than this kid, and they're not getting minutes. I don't know if that's I don't know. He's definitely not going to be started. I wouldn't start him. They says could get Urenki for 20. Yeah, I think you could get Urenki. Urenki is very similar. Urenki is a little bit more progressive, a little bit more all around kind of a guy, but I do like him a lot. Basta says, Lille always bumps price to rip PSG off. I don't know. Would PSG go for him? I think I saw that they were linked. So I put out that short the other day when this news dropped. Again, he signed a new contract with Lille. It was going to expire in 2027 and now runs to 2029. 50 million is a price I'm seeing euros. It's just, is it too good of an opportunity to pass up? Let's look at some numbers for him, because this is going to give you a better idea. Again, Bouaddi, very defensive-minded, very win that ball, let's get it. He's kind of like a little bit of a Baleba in that regard. Maybe it's very similar almost to Ugarte in the profile. I think he's better than Ugarte, but does he need to do a little bit more? Below average for carrying, below average for forward ball progression, below average for key passes. But again, he wins duels. He wins back the ball, but is that enough, as we've seen? Would you prefer that he would maybe develop in a couple of those areas? I would need him to do a little bit more. Basta said, look at that duels. Yeah, again, And this is one thing you're going to see from some younger players too, is they are going to go in heavy. They are going to fight for a lot. So those dual numbers are going to be technically, they're not skewed. Like, I'm not saying he's not good, but again, you age profile. Young players tend to go in a little more. They tend to have a little bit more about them. They tend to have a little bit more energy, more fight. So they will kind of pad those numbers a little bit. I want to see him move the ball a little bit, because we have, like, when I should have put the comparison up there as well for like Wharton, for instance. You can go watch the video I did on Wharton, but Wharton's got similar dual and possession one numbers, but his progressive passes and his chance creation are way higher. So why not just go spend a little bit more and get Wharton, who's already played in this league? He's good friends with Kobbie Mainoo. Like, to me, that makes a little bit more sense. But if this kid's just going to rotate, and you need a ball winner sometimes, because again, different profiles do make a difference. Again, that helps, but a 50 million for a rotation option is hard. He's definitely more defensive. He'll have a role to play, Bouaddi, against certain opposition when you've got a midfield battle on your hands, and we're not going to have a ton of the ball. But I mean, that's just what it is. But that's a lot. Sangare, yeah, Sangare is a good player. I like him a lot. JSN Kulkin says, considering he's an asset, Lille would capitalize on it. Yeah, Lille, I mean, they're under no pressure. They've got him on that new contract. That's just how it rolls. But what we got here, 4D in the house says no to Tonali. United needs more Brunos. Bruno Guimaraes, Bruno Menz, Bruno Langa. You just Google all the Brunos. Nice. All of them. Bruno Martins-Indy, there's a name I haven't heard in a hot second. He used to play for Stoke. But big up, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button for me, man. But those are Bouaddi's numbers as far as percentages and where. So you can see more defensive. Again, rotation option for sure against certain oppositions, similar to like what I see in Baleba or whatnot, or maybe even João Gomez. But it's a lot of money to spend on an 18-year-old to be a rotation option. So 50 million euros is not as much as 50 million pounds. So if it drops down to like low 40s, mid 40s, would that make a difference? Maybe we could throw in an Ugarte and knock that price down, maybe knock another 10, 15 mil off it. But if Lille want to get the money, they're going to get the money. So really, you'd have to do like a, we pay 50 million, they pay 20 million for Ugarte kind of thing. And really, at the end of the day, it turns out to like 30 million. But they're going to want that record sale on their books. And that's how it works. You don't see the swaps. You see swaps in sense of like Anderson and Vlachodimos between Newcastle and Forest swap, right? That's how it works. So Debasa says, wins the ball, passes it to Wharton, who commands the attack. But that's the thing. Can we afford to carry someone whose job is just to win the ball? Has football kind of moved now? Do you need more? Because there are a lot of midfielders that we've scouted, that we've been linked to, that can do that and move the ball, either by carrying it or passing it forward. Is just winning it enough? And that's the question I want to ask, is especially when this player is going to cost 50 million. Is that enough? It's a big criticism that I've had of Ugarte, is like, it's not enough to just win the ball. You have to do something. My dog can grab the ball from me in the yard, but she's not going to know what to do with it when she gets it. That's the big difference. So you guys let me know your thoughts on Bouaddi. Keep getting your votes in on Anderson, how much big money you want to make. But we're talking about Ugarte. Let's move on to Ugarte. Could he be on the move? So if Bouaddi comes to Old Trafford, likely won't be in the starting 11, meaning he's going to take a rotation spot as a defensive -6. Ugarte moves down the bench, all the way down the bench, perhaps even all the way to another country, maybe Italy, perhaps, if Italian reports are to be believed, because we got a little bit of a report here from La Gazzetta dello Sport saying that Juventus are going to be scouting Ugarte. Uruguay take on Algeria on Tuesday, which is today, now that I remember. Juventus, they're struggling a bit. They're not. I don't even think they're in the Champions League places right now. They've obviously had some struggles. A lot of their board has dipped out in the last years or so. They are struggling. They've got midfielders. I think they've picked up Coop Miners. They've got Locatelli's in there as well. Kone is in there as well. Wait, not Kone. Thuram is in there as well. They've got midfielders. Ugarte is not going to cost them as much as he cost us, which is always going to be a bummer. But is Ugarte really the answer for them? United fans might want to keep Ugarte for depth, but I don't think he does. He offers much to keep him for depth, man. Let's see here. Debas says, anything that interests Juve should be treated as a discount for Yildiz. I like Yildiz. I don't think he's going anywhere, personally, but he's good. He's a good player. He's just way out of the price range for, again, left wing is same as this Bouaddi situation. How much are you going to spend on on a rotation option for left wing, because we could sit here and say all day that Cunha is better as a second striker, as a 10, but that doesn't make a difference because that's not where he's going to play. Cunha is going to play on the left-hand side, so any left-sided player we get is going to be backup, basically. So how much do you want to spend on a backup? I don't want to spend a lot on a backup person. Problem is we don't have any left wingers in the academy who are quite good enough. All of our right wingers are left-footed players. So maybe you could force Shea Lacey to start putting crosses into the box instead of cutting in onto his left, and maybe you throw him on the left side. I'd like us to get an actual winger who's going to put a ball into the box. Waldemar Anton does that, so go check out Waldemar Anton. So let's see. The boss says Cunha's passing is scary. Cunha's touch can be very, very heavy sometimes as well. Let's get a heavy touch on him a little bit at times, but yeah, Ugarte could be out the door. We need to improve this midfield, and that does mean just a complete rip it down to the studs. Leave Kabi in there. I'm not even sure if Kabi is guaranteed to start when it comes time to a proper overhaul, but again, needs must right now. Financial needs kind of dictate that. So if you want to get someone high priority, pair them with Kabi, and then get some like a Urenki or somebody to go alongside. It's really good to see how the club handles that, because it's a big area of need this summer. But I want to know what you guys think. Let's see. Danny says Ajayi be ready. I think Ajayi is, as far as physically, Ajayi looks the most physically ready. He's tall. He's already got like, he and like Cheeto are very similar. They're very big. They're already pretty built. I like Ajayi a lot. He's looked very, very good this season. Still very, very raw. He still is a decision making. I mean, he's young. They're all teenagers. They're all going to be young. I mean, we've still got guys who technically came from playing first team football who are not there yet, like Sekou Kone, who is older than a lot of these players. Diego Leon, still just 18, but was playing first-team football. Nowhere near. Fletcher obviously got some minutes. We'll see if he'll get any more minutes before the end of the season. We've got a lot of midfield weights. A lot of these guys are still too young, though. Devaney, we've got some players out on loan. We'll do another loan watch video probably next month. I'll put that together and see who's out on loan and see what the academy has been up to. So I did that earlier in the season, did an academy watch, did a loan watch. I'll do another one so we can all get an update on what's going on there. Yeah, he does remind me of Gakpo. Gakpo at PSV, not Gakpo at Liverpool. Gakpo at PSV was a different animal. But then again, maybe the Dutch league is not what it used to be, because Xavi Simons looked a baller. Anthony was a baller. Donny van de Beek was a baller. I still contend that Donny van de Beek was a good player in the wrong system because he's not a counterattacking player, but it is what it is. But a lot of these attackers look really great in the Dutch league, and then they don't look so great when they come over here. So maybe that's a no for like Troy Parrott. Maybe that's a no for like Juan Jimenez or something. Maybe we just need to avoid these guys at all costs and maybe focus on defenders or something from the Dutch league. But we'll see. But Ugarte's got to go. I'm not sure how much money we get for him. You guys let me know how much money you think we could get for Manuel Ugarte. We sacrificed McTominay to bring him in for big money. He wasn't wanted by Amorim at Sporting. He wasn't wanted by Luis Enrique at PSG. Doesn't seem to be wanted now. There's a place out there for him. I think you send him over to like Besiktas, Fenerbahce, somewhere like that. I don't think he's quite even good enough for Galatasaray, to be honest with you. Somewhere like that, maybe down in Brazil or something, he can go get some minutes like Andreas Pereira did, and then do that. I told you guys I'm going to be sniffing a lot today. These allergies are nuts today. Danny says 25 if we are lucky. Yeah, we're definitely not going to even make it. We'd be lucky to get half of what we paid for him, dude. But it's just about getting something, getting the wages off the books. If you get someone like Urenki, and even if you pay like $30 million for Urenki, which is probably way more than what you're going to pay, his wages are not going to be very expensive because it just is what it is. You get someone like Nathan Decat, someone like Stankovic from Club Brugge, their wages are not going to be very high at all. Stankovic is very good. Go watch Club Brugge if you guys haven't yet. Moving on. The boss says Galatasaray, yes, but they can't pay. Yeah, I don't think he's quite good enough for Galatasaray. Not saying Galatasaray are full of like world beaters, but they've got better players in that. He's not ousting Gabriel Serra. Torreira looks better than he does. He's a very similar player to Torreira. I just don't know. What do you guys make about all this nonsense regarding Cole Palmer interested in joining United? There are claims this week that he's apparently disillusioned with life at Chelsea. I mean, who isn't? Reportedly, United, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid apparently looking at him because Real Madrid need more tens apparently. Now this story is coming from Samuel Butterts and caught offside. So again, take it with a heaping heart failure size pinch of salt, like just the way it is. I have to say though, and again, I'm not talking about it because I believe it. I'm talking about it because I want to get your thoughts on Cole Palmer. I have to say, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I've seen tons of United fans who want Cole Palmer. I don't understand it at all. Have they not seen this guy's injury record? Because I have. It doesn't look good. This is like, if you looked at that just now, you'd be like, oh, that's Mason Mount. No, it is groin, hamstring, groin, toe. Like, I'm done. I'm done with injury-prone players. He's already missed, like this season alone, he has missed, what are we looking at here? We're looking at 25 matches that he's missed this season alone. Last season, he missed 4 with an injury. Since he got to Chelsea and just the injuries started piling on, man, he's missed so much of the season. Like, I'm done with this. This is literally Mason Mount regen in the worst ways possible. I'm not having it, dude. I'm not having it. That's way too much. Danny says, Palmer's a pass for me, not this year. The boss said Cole Palmer's a Chelsea through. Well, he's a United fan, so there's that. I mean, who wasn't, though? Everyone's a United fan. Danny says, any news on DeCat? He's in the last year. I think he is, but the problem is you when the players are too young, I think you have to be 23, then you can sign them on a pre-contract. You can't sign them on a pre-contract. Like, you can't do a January deal for the summer on a player who's like younger than 23, I think. So you can get the buy-in from the player and they just run out their contract, but then you might get done for tapping up. So let's see. Bossy's named him Cold Warmer. Nice. Yeah, and then like Danny says too, like his form has not been great. Now granted, Chelsea, I can't give United a pass with some players when it comes to like all the manager changes and then not give like someone like Palmer a little bit of a pass. Usually when you're changing managers so much, it's not great. That means it's more than just any given player, which is also why I don't agree when it's such a lazy, like uneducated, facetious argument when people like want to bash Bruno for like, well, he's captain of a United side that's done this. Like, you can't choose when to single out one player for the club's success or failure when it thinks it suits your argument. That's a weak argument. So Chelsea obviously not doing well. Liam Senior, the manager himself, not doing really well. And it is what it is. I think Palmer is just a little weak. He needs to strengthen up, or he could be, again, another Mount, another Luke Shaw, another, who's that guy who, the left back who used to be at Leicester, I can't remember his name now, or a Madison too. Like, these English players who plays, like, they just always seem to be picking up these little injuries, man. These little hamstrings, he's growing these ankle issues. Man, it's going to bug me now. Who was the left back who played? He was at Leicester, went to Chelsea. I think he's at Strasbourg now. I know his name. It's just, it's totally blanking right now. Boston says, man, skips a leg day. Man, he's not skipping anywhere with all those injuries, dude, for real, though. But I'm not, like, there's never been a point in me where I'm like, as soon as you start picking up these injuries at Chelsea, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I mean, I know that Nuno Mendes at PSG has had a tremendous season. He hasn't been injured, but again, it's never to me worth the risk to sign a player with that kind of injury record. So it's a hard pass for me on Cole Palmer. It has been for a hot second. But I always want to get y'all's thoughts instead. But where's the poll up to you guys? Make sure you're liking and subscribing for you. So far most of you, now it's shifted. 55% of you say no, we get 2 center mids for the same price as an Elliot Anderson. Somebody help me out with the Strasbourg, the guy who's, it's gonna bug me now. Hold on. I am that person who I'm not gonna be able to keep going. But while I'm doing this, make sure you like and subscribe. I gotta figure out who is this freaking player that I'm thinking of, because it's going to bug the shit out of me. Ben Chilwell. There it is. I got it. That's the guy I'm talking about. Woo, now I can go on with my day. Yeah, you got it. Too late. I beat you. Now, Sky Sports Germany. We're going to move on from Cole Palmer now. We're done with Cole Palmer. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts. Sky Sports Germany claim United have made contact regarding a Bundesliga center back. It's not Kestel Lukeba. It's not Nico Schlotterbeck either. Let's take a look at who it is. It is Waldemar Anton. Now Sky Sports Germany claim that United hold a strong interest in Waldemar Anton. However, Dortmund are determined to keep him, viewing the defender as a key leader within the squad. He's 28-year-old center back. Villa, Atletico Madrid linked as well. This is not a name that I've seen linked with United until literally this week. So I don't watch a ton of Dortmund. I watch a lot of Hoffenheim right now because I'm really keeping an eye on Basamana Torre and whatnot. Not watching a lot of Dortmund. So anyone who does, let me know your thoughts if you've watched this guy play. But I'm not sure why there'd be interest from United. We've got a lot of defenders. It sounds like Maguire will be signing that new contract, 1 year plus one extra option, keeping here pretty much till he's done. Maybe he'll go back to Hull or something someday. Who knows? Or Sheffield United, perhaps. But with that, we've got Licha, we've got Heaven, we've got Yoro, we've got the Lit, Maguire. Technically, you've got guys in the academy like Kukonki could probably do a job as a left-sided center back, but he looks a lot better as like if we played under Amorim still with three at the back, I think Kukonki would be a great left-sided center back. He does kind of have a bit of a Gavardio, and he's going to go on these marauding runs. He's a center back playing as a left back, but he looks really good as a left back, Kukonki. But that was besides the point. But I'm not sure where this is coming from. Sky Sports Germany. So what did Chilwell do? Nothing, because he's always injured. That was the point. Danny doesn't know him. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Dortmund. The only I was watching the Mecha for a while. Schlotterbeck I like since he was at Freiburg as well. Not a ton of players at Dortmund these days that are catching my eye, to be honest with you. Julian Brandt will be out of contract in the summer, so maybe there's an opportunity there to get someone to come in and play like a Christian Eriksen type role, kind of rotate with Kabi a little bit, leader experience, Champions League experience as well. That could be a shrewd piece of business. Bah says he looks 35. He's only, I think he's just 28, but interesting stuff. So if you guys do watch Dortmund, leave a thought in the chat or leave a comment after the video is done. Let us know your thoughts on Waldemar Anton. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It was just random. Nathan Salt, though, has been talking a lot this week, and he has added fuel to the Myles Lewis-Skelly fire that started this weekend. This is what he had to say, that Lewis-Skelly is under consideration at United. He has been offered to United by intermediaries. So basically, his agent is putting out the feelers because the kid's probably not happy that he's not playing. And understandably so. If he was given a new contract, I mean, if I was that young, I was getting some minutes, and then they sold me up the river to get a new contract a little bit, and then they just completely dumped me. Brought in Calafiore, brought in Capier. They're playing these center backs. I mean, Calafiore, he's not a center back. I mean, he's not a left back. He's a center back. I don't know what Arsenal, like Arteta and Pep, they have this weird obsession with playing center backs as fullbacks. Arteta literally is only playing center backs as fullbacks. Like, Ben White is not a fullback. Jurgen Timber is not a fullback. Calafiore is not a fullback. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. Like, it's literally, I think it's just for like big physical bodies in there. But Arsenal also did this same exact thing with Nketiah too. He got that new contract, and then they never got any minutes, and then they ended up selling him to Crystal Palace. Like, it's just a way to, like, they're just dangling these contracts and this promise of minutes in front of these young kids, and then they're just selling them for profit later because they're academy products. And Lewis-Skelly's only started one Premier League match this season. To be fair, though, when he plays, he does shine. He's got 2 assists in the Champions League this season. He's got 2 assists in 3 Carabao Cup match appearances as well. Like, when he plays, and that's more often than not what you're seeing with players. Like, I put out a cheeky post yesterday about Arden Yashari. Like, he's not getting many minutes at AC Milan, but when he does play, he does do really well. So what's the issue there? I'm just saying, loan to buy option for Yashari, who's basically your Stiller upgrade. But I don't get the Lewis-Skelly links unless we're just looking at this as like a market opportunity for a young player with a lot of potential, like Aiden Heaven. I don't get it. I mean, we already have Harry Amas, who is injured at the moment. We've already got Diego Leon. Kukonki can come in there and do a job as well. Dorgu, we got Dorgu not that long ago. He's not anywhere near the finished article yet, but we still have him. And then obviously Shaw is still kicking around as well. Mazraoui can play left side if we need him to. We need experience at left back, or if we're not going to get experience, I don't mean you go get like a 30-year-old, but we need someone who's some experience, like a David Raum type level experience. But if we're not going to get that, we need proven quality. So if that's someone younger like Danny Sam, Malik Diouf, or Lewis Hall, for instance, Lewis Hall would be my first choice, but he's going to be expensive AF. I don't know if that's reasonable, honestly. If you're going to spend big money on someone from Newcastle, go get Lewis Hall, because that he'll handle everything. Then you just move Dorgu as he's your utility player who plays left wing when we need him to. He plays right wing when we need him to. He plays right back if we need him to. But Lewis Hall, that's the one to go get from Newcastle. But I'm just not sure about that. Although Lewis-Skelly did cause a bit of a stir by copying and mocking Erling Haaland's goal celebration last year, so he gets points for that. I mean, anytime you can wind up City fans, both of them, that's also a big plus for me. So JSN the Cookie, yeah, Brown's a good time too. We did do videos like a little while back, you guys. You can go find them as well. I did do 5 left backs and 5 right backs that I think United should go take a look at. Go see who I featured and why. Go take a look at that and let me know your thoughts on those videos. Always when I refer you to those videos, please do when you get a second, make sure you like those too. It does help the channel, it does help the video reach more people. So, but yeah, a lot of them, 130 million for Hall. All right, that's a bit extravagant. Hall will probably cost. He's probably going to cost you minimum like 60 million, Lewis Hall, and that's minimum. He's excellent player for them. He's having a great season. I want him to get involved more in the goals. He has a really good cross on him. Like, his cross accuracy is very good. Obviously Newcastle are struggling a little bit they've sold Isak. Visa's not really doing it. Woltemata started off strong, not doing great. Hall is very physical, good at winning the ball. He's very press resistant, and he's very good at carrying the ball up the pitch. He's very good at operating in the channels, those half spaces as well, which I think is really good. When we're using those little triangles on the wings that sometimes Carrick likes to do, I think that he would be very good at that as well. Lewis Hall would be my top choice, but if you're looking at money wise, I probably would still go Malik Diouf, because he's also got a wand of a left foot, and with someone like Šeško, we need people who are going to put balls in the box. We can't keep getting these players who are going to cut in and try to shoot. Get a left back, overlap, ball in the box. Like, call me old fashioned. I miss that. Give me a left back who's going to overlap, whip a ball into the box for a striker. Like, it's not that hard. Early cross, too. Like, that's my biggest criticism of Dorgu. Gary Neville said the same thing. Go Sean. Dorgu's got to put a ball in earlier. Stop worrying about putting it on a dime and just put it into space and let his attackers get on the end of it. That's his job. The attacker's job to make sure they're in the space. He just got to put the ball in there. We need players to start doing that a little bit more. The box says Doof has been my pick too. A lot of good players out there. Hugo Bueno, maybe if and when Wolves go down, could be a little shrewd piece of business too. A lot of good players out there. I would still, if I was my top choice for a Wolves player, probably go João Gomez and then Matheus Mane. I think Matheus Mane could be a really good piece of business, even if it was just to have him like a market opportunity. Maybe you could just loan him back to Wolves and let him play in the Championship for a year for experience. I think that could be a really good piece, because it helps Wolves too. They don't have to worry about replacing him as well, and helps us. He gets development. So, who replaces Dallo though? Take your pick. There's a practice cone probably left out at Carrington. That guy could take Dallo's spot. Anyone who can cross a T on a piece of paper, because they're infinitely better at crossing than Dallo is. How about that? Anyone who doesn't shut down when they have to defend a attacker with the ball. Anybody. I put 5 options in my video, so go check that out from a couple weeks ago. There's a lot of options out there. I would take Pedro Porro if Spurs got relegated, and I'd start him over Dallo immediately. A lot of people might not like that. I'm just saying, like, Porro is infinitely better than Diogo Dallo. Like, let's just have it. So I'm going to take this off the screen now because we're done with those. Nathan Salt also reckons that Joshua Zirkzee intends to stay and fight for his spot under Michael Carrick. The prospect of more games a la Champions League, 8 more games minimum. Cup competition's probably going to go a little deeper, hopefully not get knocked out the first hand. We do need to be able to rest Šeško, rotate when we need to, maybe even take Bruno out and drop his, like, we need options. Is Zirkzee, even if we did that, I'm still not sure. I'm like, yeah, Zirkzee is the guy who's going to come in and win us this game. I just don't trust it. He's not bad. He's just not what we need. He can't just be this kind of I'm gonna hold the ball and use a little bit of techers, but I can't score. Like he's not scored that many goals. He's really good on the ball. Like I gotta give him money for that, but he doesn't use his size very well. He can't. He's not a goal scorer. He's not just. He's not a goal scorer. He just isn't. So I struggle to see why we signed him still. I don't. I think we can do better than Joshua Zirkzee personally. I would like someone a little different profile to Shesko, someone like a Muhammad Amora, someone like a Troy Parrott maybe, someone who is a little different than just I'm going to win this ball in the air kind of a thing, someone who's maybe going to be able to operate with the ball at their feet like Martial used to be a little bit. Someone like that is who I would maybe want to go. I want different options against different opposition because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need that a lot. So let's see. Overy, yeah, Overy could start Montato, Kamison. Literally pick one. They could all start over him. I think Kamison was injured, but I think he's back. I can't remember now off the top of my head. It's been a while since I watched the academy. It feels like it's been forever. Yikes. So I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on Zirkzee. Again, I sound hypercritical. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't think he's enough. He's not a difference maker. He scored a couple goals. He scored a couple winners like that. His first game of the season last season against Fulham. Obviously, he scored the winner. It's great. I love it. We've got the 9.5 shirt in the United vs. Everybody store. If you are a Zirkzee fan, go and get it. It's 30% off right now, like everything else. Go check it out. But he's got a role. I just don't, again, kind of like Ugarte, I don't know if he does enough to justify that. So we didn't spend a ton of money on him. It is what it is. We're probably not going to recoup all of it. You might be lucky to get 25, 30 million tops for him, but I just don't know if he's enough. He needs to go back to someplace where he can maybe go get, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But there's a lot of options out there. But if somebody wants him and somebody's going to pay close, then I would sell him. Then it just becomes now we got a second striker option size hole in the squad that we need to fill on top of the other holes. So it's about priorities as well. Data says my fear is if we sell Zirkzee, we don't buy a striker. Well, then you have the other option of maybe for a season you use Mbeumo as a 9 occasionally. You use Acuna as a 9. When necessary against certain opposition. I don't have a problem with Mbeumo being used as a 9, like I've said many times, when you're playing a team who uses a high line. But if you're going to do that, you have to get that ball forward quickly. We have to transition quickly because we've seen time and time again, we use Mbeumo as a 9, we don't move the ball, and he's completely taken out of the game, and he's just frustrated. He's giving away needless fouls. We have to get the ball forward quickly. This is also why I want Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton's first thought when he gets the ball is just one. He's not even, oftentimes he doesn't even take an extra touch. It's just that ball comes to me and my first touch is putting it into space for an attacker. And he does it very, very well. Dave says, I can't see us signing more than 5 players, even though we need more than that. We always need more than 4. We need an argument getting made that we need minimally like 6, 7, honestly. There's literally no deal breaker. You have to get 2 midfielders. You have to. There's no excuses. That was needed last summer. We thought about Conor Gallagher. That didn't happen. We tried to do a thing for Baleba. That didn't happen. We have to have midfielders. It's just unforgivable if we go through another summer without it. Let me check some of these qualifiers because we got some World Cup qualifiers real quick, you guys. Make sure you like, please. Make sure you subscribe. Hype some of these videos while we're at it, too. It does help me a lot. I'm going to put this on there right now as a bit of a reminder while we hang out for a second here. But so far, Italy is leading against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Czechia are beating Denmark 1-0. Sweden are beating Poland 1-0. And Kosovo and Turkey are still tied 0-0. So some qualifiers going on here. It'll be interesting. That's another reason why I'm not super interested in the World Cup. It's also another reason why I'm not too invested in Champions League. Obviously, when United are in, I'll watch it. And I gotta tell you that Champions League anthem hits different at Old Trafford. It just does. But it's just because of the money grab of it all. It's kind of like the Hobbit trilogy. it's like if you want to watch The Hobbit in a movie form, just go watch the cartoon from like the early 80s, 70s. It gets everything you need to get. We don't need three movies. It's a complete money grab. We don't need 67 teams in the World Cup or the Champions League. We don't need it. It's just a money grab. Like, and it's just they're fodder for some of these big countries. And the FIFA will try to sell it as like, ooh, the underdog story. Like, you're not. You're not. You're gonna throw Kosovo in against like Spain or something. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, let's be no offense to Kosovo, but like, come on, let's be honest. We know when we're getting more matches, you're getting more money. You're upselling everything, man. Yeah, I feel bad for Gallagher. I mean, but then again, he knew what he was getting himself into. I think Gallagher he has everything I think that we really could have needed in this squad at the time. It would have been my first choice, probably not, but he's not a bad player. But it is 200K a week. Yeah, he's definitely not. I don't feel bad for him at all at that point. He's making a lot of money, dude. So a lot of matches going on. Don't forget to tomorrow, return to the Kickabout. Dylan and I are going to be talking about our Man United Mount Rushmore. So 4 players, and these players go on our Mount Rushmore of Man United players. Now, that's a big, like, whittling all these players down into 4 is a big ask. It's more like when you think Man United, this player is like synonymous with United kind of stuff, for me anyway. So I'm interested to see what Dylan's picks are. Make sure to get your picks because I want to know your picks too. 4 players, that's your Mount Rushmore. I'm hoping in the future to do the same thing with managers, like football managers of all time, your Mount Rushmore, and footballers of all time. That one will probably be one of the hardest because there's so many. How do you whittle it down to 4? It's hard. We'll have honorable mentions as well, so keep a lookout for that. But 4 players only on your Mount Rushmore. Dylan and I will be talking about that tomorrow night. The Kickabout returns proper. So, but let me know your thoughts. Elliot Anderson, would you spend $100 million? Let me check in with that poll, and we will close that poll out here once I go look at it. So you guys are still split. You guys have literally split it right down the middle, 50-50 for Elliot Anderson. Half of you say yes, spend $100 million on him. Half of you say no, you can get 2 midfielders. So again, seems like it's a little bit of a more difficult question to answer than may seem at first. So, but please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, you guys, to the channel. Make sure you go and hype and share. Do whatever you need to do, help the channel get to 4K. You guys are absolute legends for helping us get to where we are now. I think we can do even better. So I believe in you. Go check out some of those videos as well. Also, 30% off in the United vs. Everybody store. And below the video player, you will see some cool gear. There's some gear in there for pets because with the weather getting nice, you always got to make sure you got your preventatives for your dog. So there's some tick medication. There's some sweet United gear in there on sale at Fanatics as well. Go check out. You guys have seen me use Fanatics a couple times. They are legit. It's not the GoGoalShop stuff, which, yes, knockoff, but still quality. Fanatics is legit. Go check them out. There's some stuff in there below the player. And then there's some sweet gear from the UVE store, you guys, including stuff like the Cantona shirt. So, but thank you guys for stopping by. Sorry I've been so sniffly the whole time. Allergies, dude. But until next time, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. We can't wait to see how this World Cup shakes up. Get the brackets going soon. See how that works out. And then again, tomorrow, Kickabout. Make sure you got notification bells hit so you guys don't miss out. But leave a like, leave a share, leave a subscribe if you're new. And if you didn't catch the live, leave a comment. I will get back to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take it easy.